Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brendan Plays. This is All Elite Wrestling, and today we've got the last shows before the Fight for the Fallen pay-per-view, and we've got Dark all booked, and we may as well get straight on into it. So let's kick it off. So on the pre-show of this week's edition of Dark, we've got Abaddon taking on Lever Bates, and we've got Abaddon picking up the win, 19 rated match, Abaddon 29, Bates 28. Not bad from Abaddon, 29, that's not too bad. Like, obviously she's not going to have a great match, let's be real, at the pay-per-view with Britt Baker, but, 29, she might be able to hang in there for a low 40 rated match, potentially. Fingers crossed. Next up, the Wingmen took on the Initiative for 36. We had Cutler 36, Avalon 35. The Wingmen actually got the surprise win, so this will be a nice little popularity boost potentially for the Wingmen, as the Initiative lose this one, and Ryan Nemeth pinned Brandon Cutler. Post-match, we had Peter Avalon quitting the Initiative and saying that Brandon Cutler is a loser, he's going to go nowhere with him, and he decides to join up with a bunch of winners, and that is the Wingmen. Well, I mean, how many matches have they really won? Not many, but Peter Avalon joins the Wingmen, and this frees up Brandon Cutler to go and join up with the Elite as their stooge and do that thing there, and Peter Avalon can join up with, with Cesar Bononi, Ryan Nemeth, and JD Drake, and form that little, low-end, heel faction that we've got going on. So we'll complete the change, and so we'll turn him heel and trigger the new gimmick as well. So his new gimmick will be a pretty boy, which was given the rating of great, very good, and now turned heel as well. So back to heel for him. Brandon Cutler will be turning heel, but just with the Elite coming up soon. Serena Deeb says that she needs to she needs to change to find success. So she's trying to maybe, change something about her to hopefully achieve the success she's looking for. So we're planting the seeds for a heel turn. The crowd still remember her last turn, so it probably won't go down very well, but we do need to switch it up for Serena. Frank Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, SCU, respond to the Acclaim's recent rap about them that they had, so 51 for that one, and we'll do the Acclaim versus SCU coming up very soon, potentially on the pre-show of the pay-per-view if we have some time. Fuego del Sol makes his AEW debut, so in the real world, he just signed a contract, so we're a little bit behind in the uploading schedule, so I'm a little bit, in the real world, we're a little bit behind of what's going on, but Fuego's just signed a new AEW contract in the real world, so we decided to bring him in as well. I literally have no plans for him. I really don't see any future in him at all, but hey, we need guys to lose, and he says he's excited to be in AEW and start competing. 21 rated for his promo, underdog gimmick, given a rating of very good. So a good start, you couldn't ask for a better, result from that. We have the Bunny, the Butcher, the Blade, and Mel cutting a promo on the women's tag division for 28. So not a bad promo. Try to include the Butcher and Blade, thinking that could help. But in the end, realistically, the Bunny's got more popularity than the Butcher and the Blade, so it probably was never going to really do much. Okay, on the main show of Dark, Christian Cage opens it up. He says he'll do whatever it takes to beat Cody Rhodes at Fight for the Fallen. So, obviously with the Go-Home edition of Dark, anytime it's a Go-Home edition, I really try to ramp it up and really advance as much as we can in terms of the storylines and make sure we cover everything for the week. So we're utilizing Christian here, and I'm not afraid to put, top guys on Dark. I'm not afraid to do interesting stuff on Dark. I don't book, in real life, Dark is kind of, just showcasing the rest of the roster and having random matches for whatever reason. For me, I still try to have Dark create and tell stories and advance stuff, and that's what we're doing here. Christian Cage cutting a promo on Cody. So Christian kind of cutting a promo saying how desperate he is. He's been out of the game for 7 years. This is his one chance potentially to get back in the title mix. He's not going to waste it. He needs to beat Cody Rhodes. He's going to do whatever it takes. Powerhouse Will Hobbs defeated the Butcher for 36. Will Hobbs 51. Wow, that's impressive. The Butcher 30. So Will Hobbs is really starting to get over here. We're finally getting him into the 40s, and he's really starting to find some success. Great match. well, great from his side of things. We had Team Taz cutting a promo talking about why they hate the Wild Things. 69 for that one. That's probably one of their better promos. Really good. Malakai Black, he cuts a promo sending a message to Park. 72. So the Park and Malakai Black storyline is abysmal. You know, all the stuff we've done is really good, but because we spaced it out for so long, it really lost all its momentum and storyline heat. So I'm going to try and cut, you know, a few promos, plenty of segments, as much as we can leading into the match, so the match doesn't stink. Otherwise, you know, it probably will, because the storyline heat is so low. The Best Friends defeated the Acclaim thanks to Christopher Daniels getting himself involved and distracting Anthony Bowens. 47 for the match. Trent and Chuck 52 apiece. Bowens 32, Caster 30. So we are playing the seeds for an Acclaimed SCU match. And we had QT Marshall saying that Anthony Ogogo will retire Billy Gunn and Dustin Rhodes. So big words from QT, but he's got to make sure that they are finished. And Anthony Ogogo is the man to do it. So rather than getting QT Marshall over, or Marshall, we're trying to get Anthony Ogogo over. Even though his in-ring stats are pretty poor, he's probably not ready to be in this spot. But, you know, we're going to try. We'll see what we can get out of him. We've got him under contract. We may as well start to try and utilize him. Jake Hager defeated Matt Sydal for 58 in the main event. Jake Hager 62, Sydal 44. And post-match, we had Hager attacking Mike and Matt Sydal. Miro came in for the save, and Jake Hager wanted nothing to do with Miro here. So 59, setting up and advancing that storyline between Hager and Miro, and preparing for their upcoming match. 59 for that one, and it will give us a 57 rated edition of Dark. Not too bad, obviously. You know, we didn't have too much great stuff happening, but you know, we're trying to get Hager in a position where we can see where he's at in ring. We haven't really used him too much there. You know, I'm still a little bit disappointed with where he's going, but 62 is not too bad. We can certainly work with that. And I think he and Miro should have a decent match at the pay-per-view. Alright, Dynamite is booked. Let's go ahead and get into it. The go-home show for Dynamite, anyways, before our pay-per-view. Obviously, Rampage still to come. On the pre-show, we had Jade Cargill saying that she's proved that she is the best. Chris Statlander says and confronts her, and she says that she's clear to compete and she will fight her. So Jay kind of says, you know, look, I've already beaten down Chris Statlander, I've already beaten down and injured Thunder Rosa. There's no one left. I've already proved that I should be number one contender. Well, Chris Statlander letting her know, hey, I can still compete, I can still go. 46 for that segment, pretty good. We had Chaos Project. They lost to the Wingmen of a 35 rated match. First opportunity to see Peter Avalon teaming up with someone from the Wingmen. We gave him Cesar Bononi to see if that combination works. And we had Peter Avalon performing at 42 and Cesar 31. Not too bad. So, yeah, look, Peter Avalon's going to get a bit of a renewed push. I think, you know, he's going to join the Wingmen. He's probably going to be their leader. And we'll see how this faction goes, because at the moment, the Wingman's missing popularity. It's missing someone who can really get over on the mic. And I'm not saying Peter Avalon's that guy, but he definitely could be a bit of a factor for the group. And I kind of think the group in real life could be a nice little comedy, you know, low-end comedy heel group. And maybe we'll try and make that happen here for us. So, you know, Chaos Project, they're going very, very soon, hopefully. And a win here, you know, just gives the Wingman a bit of a kickstart. So, 35 for that one. Anthony Ogogo had a 4 rated match against Lee Johnson. Anthony 22, Lee Johnson 15. Oh boy. And they have, Anthony and QT have great chemistry, so that, you know, heel manager combination there is working well, but still not enough to do any justice for this match. So Ogogo obviously picks up a quick win. Nyla Rose had a 40 rated match against Julia Hart. Nyla 49, Julia Hart 16. Wow, maybe there's still something there with Nyla Rose. 49, that's pretty good. That's probably one of the best we'll see in the division other than Hikaru Shida. The Hardys took on the Good Brothers in our opening match for Dynamite. 78 rated match. Wow, that's good. The Hardys picked up the win. Jeff Hardy pinning Carl Anderson with a twist of fate into the Swanton. So Jeff Hardy 77, Matt Hardy 70, Gallows and Anderson 62 and 61. So really strong match to open up the show here, and I figured we haven't actually had this match yet, and it makes a lot of sense to do it. The secondary tag team of the Elite up against the Hardys. Hardys picking up the win, giving them a bit of momentum, heading towards that title match at Fight for the Fallen. So good stuff here, really good. 78 rated match is excellent. Post-match though, the Super Elite beat down the Hardys. So Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks take down the Hardys, 85 rated segment. Well, 2 from 2 tonight for this storyline, really good. So the tag team championship match at Fight for the Fallen could definitely hit an 80, I reckon. It's very much so looking very good. So it's got a lot of potential there. So very good stuff, happy with that. And 2 ticks there. So I really think that might help the Hardys' popularity here. Despite getting beaten down, I feel like the Hardys might have gained a bit of a pop boost here. We have the Death Triangle cutting a promo on the fact that Malakai Black will be making his in-ring debut tonight. Yeah, I was going to wait for the pay-per-view, but this storyline needs a kick up the backside. And Malakai Black, there's so many good opportunities here for him to face a Penta or a Rey Fenix. Like, there is some really good opportunity here. So I figured we've got to go for it. So he's going to take on he's going to take on Rey Fenix. We could have had him take on Penta. I thought Phoenix would be a better option, and it probably will be. And then we'll have Park versus Malakai at the pay-per-view. So 65 for that promo. Eddie Kingston had a one-on-one match with Ricky Starks at 60 rated. Wow. So the two, I guess you could say, weak links of these two respective tag teams. 60 rated match is very solid. Kingston 58, Starks 53. Ricky Starks, though, got the win over Eddie Kingston with a roll-up. So, quick little shock win there for Ricky. Now, thinking that obviously the Wild Things are going to beat Team Taz, ultimately, I figured giving Ricky a win here would be a good career opportunity for him to get a bit of a boost up. And, Eddie Kingston, he'll take the loss here, but the fact that he's going to be with Moxley long term, he's going to gain plenty of popularity. So I figured this won't really hurt him in the long run, and it will definitely help Ricky Starks hopefully gain a bit more popularity. So great match. We had Aaron Solo and QT Marshall got beaten up pretty quickly by Dustin and Billy Gunn. So 31 rated match was never going to be good, but advancing the storyline, Dustin 50, Billy 40, QT 25, Solo 27. So a quick little loss here for QT and Aaron Solo. Post-match is where it really matters. Anthony Ogogo attacking Rhodes and Gunn from behind and taking out Dustin Rhodes, injuring his leg. So it'll set up a Anthony Ogogo and Billy Gunn one-on-one match, and probably have Anthony Ogogo retire Billy Gunn. Might be a bit of a feather in his cap. Take out Billy Gunn, beat him pretty badly, take hopefully a bit of popularity from Billy, give it to himself. I know Ogogo has been pretty dreadful so far, like honestly really bad. So I'm hoping if we get a bit of popularity behind him, there might be a chance he'll get over. Who knows? The Pinnacle, we had MJF and Wardlow team up to defeat the Varsity Blondes in a quick match. 65 rated. Good opportunity for the Pinnacle to pick up a win here, help out Wardlow, and also maybe help out the Varsity Blondes, giving them a solid match. Originally, I had Jungle Boy versus Cash Wheeler in this slot, and we were going to have nearly a 20-minute match. It was going to be a really solid match. But Cash Wheeler's contract is up, and he was not happy about losing to Jungle Boy, because I was going to have Jungle Boy pick up a surprise win over Cash Wheeler, give Jungle Boy a huge boost. But Cash Wheeler was really unhappy about it, and I didn't want to jeopardize him not re-signing with us. So we're going to hold off on that match until maybe Rampage. He'll have his contract signed by then. If not, potentially the pay-per-view or next week. But so instead we shifted gears. We put a quick little match in here for the Pinnacle to pick up a win. And then afterwards, we had MJF taunting Adam Page, saying that Adam Page won't even make it to Fight for the Fallen because he got whacked in the head last week with the belt, and he hasn't been seen since. 81 for that promo. So we filled in the slot a little bit better with MJF doing some good work there. Britt Baker defeated Big Swole in a 39 rated match. Surprisingly, this is the first time these two have actually met one-on-one. Britt Baker 44, Swole 32. And we had Abaddon accidentally hitting Big Swole during the match. So, and we had the women's title on the line too. So I figured why not amp it up a little bit. Abaddon tried to get herself involved. Maybe she, deliberately hit Big Swole so she could have the title shot for herself and get her hands to Britt Baker. We'll never know, but a bit of shenanigans anyways for a 39 rated match. Post-match, Britt Baker pushed Rebel into the ring and sacrificed her to Abaddon, who beat her down. So Abaddon was trying to fight someone, and in the end, she got her hands on Rebel, and Britt Baker escapes. 34 for that one. Still not a lot happening with this women's title match. We're trying to hotshot Abaddon. She's not very good. It's a bit like Anthony Ogogo. They're just not very good. And they don't have the popularity to really make up for the fact they're not very good in the ring. So we're trying, we'll see if it works. If it works, I don't know. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens. Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho met in the ring to discuss their recent issues. So their issues surrounding Sammy Guevara taking that next leap to being a main event guy. Chris Jericho doesn't believe in him. They kind of air out all their dirty laundry here. 89 rated segment between these two. So Sammy's really getting a chance to prove that he's a top guy because he's getting opportunities to go back and forth on the mic with Jericho. And he's holding up his own right looks. Obviously Chris Jericho probably carrying this segment to the lengths that it got. But Sammy's certainly holding up his own here. And he's doing pretty well. 89. And once this little feud is over, potentially Sammy Guevara could well and truly be 70 plus in the popularity range, which would be huge for him. And it might nearly make sense for him to leave the Inner Circle. At the moment, I was going to have Jericho beat Sammy, and Sammy Guevara kind of, forgives Jericho, all is well, and they kind of, go back to being, friends and part of the Inner Circle again. But there's a potential that maybe we do the turn. Sammy Guevara, goes babyface and goes on his own, because at this stage, it probably is the best thing for him if he wants to really break out and be on his own. Malakai Black says he has bigger fish to fry after Park and doesn't want his belt. He just wants to prove that he's better than him. So, advancing this storyline, gaining some more heat. The storyline heat is so low, that storyline. Every segment is struggling, but we're trying our best to recover from it. So, I don't want Malakai Black being TNT champion, but I wanted him to come in and get a big win. So, he's going to probably beat Park in a non-title match, and then go on to maybe challenge for the world title at some point. So that's kind of where we're going here with this one. Look, he wants to beat Park, he wants to beat the Death Triangle, and prove and overtake them and leapfrog them, but he's got bigger fish to fry, he's got bigger aspirations long term. 65 for that promo. And the main event, this is where we're struggling with this bad storyline. 61 rated match. Malakai Black beating Ray Phoenix. 20-minute match. Malakai Black 70. Wow, that's a real worrying sign. Only 70. Ray Phoenix nearly outperformed him, 68. Ray Phoenix has 55 popularity, but Malakai Black has 70, and he only performed at 70. I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. I'm hoping I'll talk it down to just being a whatever match, but yeah, I'm a bit worried. In the end, though, we still had a 74 rated show thanks to everything else on the card. The main event didn't impact it too much, thank goodness. Alright, the ratings for Dynamite, we had 6,800 people attend, 882,000 viewers, 891,000 in total across everywhere. So, not too bad. Obviously, a strong rating, 74, but the main event definitely let us down. A little bit worried, obviously, about Malakai Black. Let's have a quick little look at Malakai. His in-ring stats, I suppose, aren't all that fantastic. His brawling's good, his psychology's good, basics is really good, selling's really good. So they've got the base stats that should suggest that he should be performing at a pretty high level. But there's a little bit of a concern. I mean, his average rating is 79 across the years. So let's go to a random match here. He only performed at 71 in this match, and that was in the WWE. He had a match against Matt Riddle. He performed at 73. So, yeah, his last match that he had was at 74 against Drew Gulak, his personal performance. I'm concerned. Yeah, we paid massive money for Malakai Black, like $75,000 per month. If he's only performing at around his popularity, I am seriously worried. Really worried. This storyline he's got going on with Park, we've got it to 61 heat. So it is going okay now. You know, we've got it there. It was cold before, now it's considered hot, so we've recovered. So we're back where we need to be, but I am still very concerned that long term, maybe we've made a mistake. Let's have a quick little look. You know, Ricky Starks picked up a big win. He's now got 47 popularity in the Southeast, 43, 45 elsewhere. So that's really positive news. Matt Hardy, he had a big win over the Good Brothers, 62, 63 from him. So he's gained a lot. Jeff Hardy, 72, 74 in the Southwest. You know, Carl Anderson, you know, nearly mid-50s for him. Luke Gallows, he is in the mid-50s, so they're doing really well as well. So some good signs. There are some guys doing really well. MJF in the 80s beyond, so he's doing excellent. Wardlow, he's now 60 plus as well. So there are some definitely good signs happening at the moment. You know, Anthony Ogogo, we're trying hard with him. Still 16 popularity. Not great at all. But, you know, we've got to start somewhere, I suppose, with them. Adam Page, you know, mid to low 70s. 77 in the Southeast, so that's good. But yeah, still a bit of work to be done in the end for him. So, yeah, most guys doing pretty well. Malakai Black, as I said, he's the big worry. 66 from Park. You know, Malakai 71. So this should be a good match on paper. But you look at the stats and compare the two. Park's stats are significantly better in majority of areas compared to Malakai Black. So probably, realistically, Park's probably the better pick out of the two. Getting paid a lot less as well. So I am very concerned. But you never know. It could just be one bad match. We'll see. But there are definitely some warning and worrying signs for Malakai Black. Alright, let's take a look at Rampage. On the pre-show, Brandy Rhodes and Red Velvet cutting a promo talking about potentially new women's tag teams joining AEW and their thoughts on all that. So we are looking to try and bring in some sort of new tag team, and the woman that we just brought in, maybe we might throw her in one, and that of course is Jamie Hayter. So she's now joined AEW in Real, so we're going to bring her in. She performed at 24 and she defeated Santana Garrett in a 10-minute match, so a chance for her to really show us what she can do. She's going to come in as a heel. She's got a cocky gimmick. I'm not sure. I'm not going to pair her with Britt Baker like they have in the real life. I don't know what's happening now, but for me, I'm definitely going to use her. As we said, you know, we have been struggling with heel, so I'm hoping that, you know, her performances are pretty good, and we might be able to elevate her as a mid-level to potentially even more than that, mid-level heel in the roster. So maybe a tag team as well. I don't know. I mean, in real life, she doesn't have quite the Gothic League look that she used to have, so we'll see. But maybe you could pair her up with Abaddon if you really wanted to, or someone else. I don't know, but yeah, we'll do something with her. So she picks up a win. She had a 33-rated match against Santana Garrett, who we brought in as a local talent, of course. And Jamie Hayter cut a promo afterwards as well. 27 for the promo. She talks about her debut and her future. So 2 ticks, I think. That's pretty good all around from her. To open up the show, Cody Rhodes and Christian Cage meet in the ring. Cody's got his family there with him, and they talk about their upcoming match. So Dustin Rhodes is there just to make sure things don't get out of control, and make sure things, you know, stay the path here. Great promo from both. Cody Rhodes, obviously, we know he can cut great promos. Christian Cage is really starting to find his groove here. And look, I won't lie, having Brandy there was a sneaky little ploy to maybe get a little bit of popularity to her, if need be, if we could, out of this segment. So I will shamefully admit that I did that. But, you know, look, have them all there to try and increase the storyline. They talk about how much this match really means to both, basically. SCU took on the Acclaimed, and we had the Acclaimed pick up the win. So the Acclaim cut a promo recently did a rap recently saying, look, SCU suck and it's time for them to go. Well, SCU wanted their rematch, they wanted to get a bit of revenge, and the Acclaim got the win because Anthony Bowens used the ropes for leverage and stole the victory. So Kazarian 50, Daniels 53, Caster 34, and Bowens 34. So big win here for the Acclaim. They haven't really had many big moments and they have been struggling with popularity. So obviously SCU are retiring, well, Daniels is retiring, and we're going to try and make sure that some teams sort of benefit, and the Acclaimed might be one of those. And I think the Acclaimed are pretty good. So let's hope that it works out well. 49 rated match, pretty good. Billy Gunn challenges Anthony Ogogo to a retirement match. So Billy's basically saying, look, Ogogo wants to get rid of me. Well, here's his chance. If he beats me, I'm done. 32 for that promo. Not that strong, I suppose. We had the Inner Circle, which is Hager, Santana, and Ortiz. They took on Miro. And a bit of a random team here, but the Private Party joined up here to team up with Miro. In a 66 rated match, the Inner Circle picked up the win when Hager submitted Isaiah Cassidy. Ortiz and Santana 65 apiece, Hager 66, Miro 72, Cassidy 52, Mark Quinn 48. So I thought this was a chance to have the Private Party involved here. They are technically in that storyline with all the tag teams, and Santana and Ortiz are involved in that too. So there's a small little link, but I thought it was a good chance to have them in a higher profile match. Maybe they might get a bit of popularity out of it, and someone to take the pin so Miro doesn't have to, and give the Inner Circle the win here. 66 match, not too bad. Eddie Kingston, he says he's absolutely furious that he lost to Starks, and John Moxley tries to calm him down. So a bit of a character development situation here where we try and show the audience that Moxley is starting to care for Kingston a little bit. These two starting to to grow as friends and growing that connection. So yeah, that 73 rated segment to advance the Team Taz and Wild Things storyline. And now it's time for a big main event. Jeff Hardy versus Kenny Omega is our main event. Really looking forward to this one. I'm hoping it's going to be a big match. I feel like I'm going to be disappointed, but let's see it. 76 rated match. Okay, not too bad. Kenny Omega defeated Jeff Hardy thanks to Nick Jackson getting himself involved and allowing Kenny to pick up the win. Omega 87, Jeff Hardy 72. Yeah, this is probably a pay-per-view caliber sort of matchup. But I figured, I don't know if we'll ever have Kenny and Jeff feuding one-on-one, and if they will ever circle back to this potential match ever again. So I figured we might as well do it while we can. And Kenny picks up a big win. Kenny's been out of the mix. He's kind of the sidekick at the moment to the Elite. He's just kind of there, getting himself involved a lot, but not really in his own sort of personal issue. And that's just for us to kind of cool him down a little bit, just to, get ready for him to enter some big profile feuds going forward. But keeping him strong here with a win, and the Hardys, they're going to probably start to look to put over a lot more tag teams in the future. So, Jeff losing here isn't a big deal. Overall though, only a 69 rated show. Suppose, I think that's a little low. I think we deserve better than that. Maybe the third match on the card wasn't good enough, but yeah, look, 69, not too bad, and we increase our popularity in 22 regions, which is always nice. All right, let's take a look at the results. Firstly, WWE, they've launched a new stable: Jinder Mahal, Akira Tozawa, Drew Gulak, and Grand Metalik. They'll be known as the Pride. Yeah, that's going to go really fast. Speaking of WWE, obviously we had to release Bray Wyatt from the company, and they crowned a new WWE champion, and they gave it to Roman Reigns. So Bray Wyatt was champion for about 8 months, 8 championship defenses. He was on fire, doing really, really well, and now Roman Reigns has got the belt back. Universal champion is King Corbin, which is funny considering how they're booking King Corbin at the moment. But there you go, Baron Corbin has been champion for 8 months plus. That's kind of scary. So yep, that's the champs over in WWE, and our Rampage rating, 954,000 viewers in total. It's really high. It's actually getting close to beating Dynamite. And to be fair, there is no reason why Rampage couldn't beat Dynamite. we have a lot more TV deals, and to be fair, 212,000 viewers in Canada, so that's a pretty strong rating for Canada. Everywhere else, not so much, but our TNT viewership, 674,000, so it really is that Canadian viewership, because we did strike a really good TV deal in Canada, and that's really helping us big time. So, and we are putting on some pretty decent Rampage shows, and that's obviously the plan. We want to make sure that we are doing that. But yeah, there we go. Some other things that's been going on. Carmella, her contract was up. Ortiz, worth pushing, says Christian. Abyss is retired. He opened up his own wrestling school as well. And as we said, Cash Wheeler's contract is up. Mustafa Ali's up. Ronda Rousey, she's left to go film a new movie, so she's now unavailable for the next year. So forget about her coming back. She is not coming back anytime soon. So there you go. Quick little look at some popularity changes. Obviously, let's have a look at the Acclaim. Max Caster now 17 popularity and 20 in the Southeast. That is up from 15, so a small little boost, a 3 boost in the Southeast. Anthony Bowen's got the pin, didn't make much of a difference. He's got 17 and 20 as well. I suppose it was a bit of a flash pinfall sort of situation. Daniels only dropped a point, and Kazarian, he's still sitting in high 30s. He's probably the one that suffered the most from this, because his popularity was pretty good at one stage, into the 40s, good, looking okay. It's now dropped back down to 38, 39, which is a bit of a shame, because I think, Kazarian could still go, and as a mid-card guy, he might not be a bad option for us. Obviously, Jamie Hayter made her debut. She's now got 10 in the Southeast. It wasn't a television debut, it was a dark show, basically pre-show, so, not a real significant debut. Cassidy, from the Private Party, he's got 36 and 40. That's pretty good. And down to Mark Quinn, pretty similar there, 36, 40, a couple of 37s as well. So they're tracking okay. I'd like to see Private Party a little more elevated than that. If we could get them into the 50s, I think that'd be a much better position for them. Miro's now touching 70 popularity as well, which is obviously huge. And I suppose, Jake Hager's popularity has actually dropped. I would have thought that theirs would be going in the right direction after that sort of win, but doesn't seem to be the case. And Brandy, she's now got 46, 45 popularity, so it looks like our little cheeky exploit sort of worked. So she's gaining a little bit more. I think the key, going forward will probably be having Brandy Rhodes and Britt Baker one-on-one, which would be abysmal in the ring, but a big win for Britt Baker to pick up anyways. So that might be what we're going to do for All Out, I would say, and then have maybe the other women's tag teams kind of feud with each other. Red Velvet, she hasn't got a lot of popularity, so we can't really push her that strong just yet. But nonetheless, that's kind of where we sit at the moment. Next show will be Fight for the Fallen. Looking forward to it. Big card will be on the line. Big opportunities. Adam Page, MJF, Guevara and Jericho, Cody and Christian. Looks like that could be the best match of the night. Black and Park, I'm not confident. I'm hopeful that it does do a little bit better than I'm expecting. And the Young Bucks and the Hardys, I think that's going to be a real sleeper match. I think that could be a classic as well. So plenty to look forward to. Hope you guys are able to join us for that one, and thank you so much for watching this episode of TEW. If you enjoyed it, leave a like on it and subscribe to see more, and we'll be back for Fight for the Fallen.